Welcome to the One Church podcast, a podcast that will encourage you in your faith, inspire you in your Christian life, and equip you to journey boldly with Jesus. We're glad you're here and we hope you enjoy.
Hello and welcome to the One Church podcast. We are doing a series on how to evangelize, and today's episode we are looking at how to evangelize to friends. We've got one of our One Church members, Femi, with us. Really great to have you here.
Nice to have.
We're just going to
nice to be here.
And we're going to get into how Femi goes about evangelizing to his friends. So, tell us about yourself. What do you do for work?
I work in care. I'm a support worker, and I'm the team leader of my service. And we support challenging service users and the ones who've got learning disabilities as well.
Okay.
That's what I do.
So you were telling me earlier that you evangelize to your friends at work.
Yeah, at work. Yeah. I evangelize to my friends at work. That's my colleague, but not in an open way. Like I'm not allowed to force it on them. Yeah. I just tell them. They ask me, why are you always happy? Why are you always positive? And I tell them, I serve a living God, and that's what I do. They now ask me, what church do I go to? And I tell them I attend one church, and that's how it goes from there.
And how have they responded to stuff like that?
A lot of them have responded well to church because they don't understand how I can have that energy of positivities all the time, and they're just curious to know why I'm always like that.
So we are going to get on to friends, but while we're talking about work, it's quite interesting that you're not the first person that said that there's restrictions about what you can and can't do in regard to your faith. But what's amazing is I know you, Femi, like you are always smiling, you're the joyful, and I'm not surprised people just see God in you and working through you. So it's really great to see. But let's hear a bit more about you, Femi. How did you actually become a Christian?
I became a Christian through my mom. So because my dad wasn't a Christian, he follows the traditional values of back home in Africa, Nigeria. He just take us to church and just leave us to it and go back home. But my mom is actually the driving force of my journey into Christianity. At first, I wasn't really keen, but I saw things happening, beyond my imagination in the church, and that I see.
Can you say some of the things you saw?
People spiritually moved, and they pray, and things happen for them. And me, I'm a prime example as well, because when my dad died, we have nothing. We only have God. And my belief in God that God made to get to this country. And it's just miracle. The story about my life is a miracle. I'm still a miracle person talking to you, Johnny, as I'm here now.
Amazing.
Yeah,
that's incredible, Femi. And I think for anyone who is listening that comes to One Church, I could really encourage you to. Like Femi is more than happy for you to come and ask him about his story. And so if you ever get a chance to, I really recommend it, because firstly, Femi's such a great guy to know. And secondly, he's got such an incredible story to tell. So Femi, we're focusing on how you evangelize to friends specifically. So are there people like outside your workplace that you evangelize to on a regular basis?
I do, but my work now, people I work with are now mostly my friends. Yeah, because of I think it's my personality, and we're colleagues, and at the end we now turn friends. And I don't talk about God mostly at work, But when we socialize, and I'll talk to them about God, and I tell them, but they ask me sometimes, why you always positive? Why you always happy? Why? There's one particular guy, one of my work colleague, always tell me, it's not true that you can't be this positive all the time. It's not true. There's something wrong. He always tell me there's something wrong with me. I said, no, there's nothing wrong with me, because I just believe that I just see God in everything I do every day. And that's my number one happiness every day. Every day when I wake up in the morning, I always give thanks to God for giving me. It's the giver of life, and it's the taker of life. You understand what I mean? So I always I always praise God for me waking up in a sound health, just waking up alone is a miracle. Not everybody that sleeps wakes up in the morning. You know what I'm saying? So for me, that's my first miracle every day when I wake up in the morning.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
So let's think about so let's say you're going out to socialise.
And I post that every day on my WhatsApp.
So sorry, let's go back a bit. So what do you post every day on your WhatsApp?
I post every day. I wake up in the morning, I post about God.
And that's on your WhatsApp?
Every day, every single day.
Explain that to me, because I actually don't know what you're talking about. When you say you post on your WhatsApp...
Yeah, I give thanks and praises to God.
And what, everybody you're in contact with can see that?
Yeah, they see that every day. Some of them will like it, some of them will respond. They will like it and they will respond they will thank God as well with me that they are alive to witness today.
So, considering I'm doing a podcast, I probably should know a little bit more about social media. But what I'm getting at is that you, a bit like Instagram on Facebook, on WhatsApp, you can put your story up. And then everybody who's in that contact group can see that story.
Yeah.
Right, okay. And so what do you put on those stories?
Yeah, praising God. I'm thanking Him for me, for life, for me knowing Him and Him knowing me and stuff.
Is that like a video or is it written?
It's just written. Sometimes I do a lot of praise and worship song. I post them on my WhatsApp story every morning. Okay. Different. I mix it up, and that's how I get my story across.
And how long does that sort of thing take you?
It goes on for like 30 seconds, 40 seconds. It takes me I think about it for like 20 minutes, and then how God directed me to post it as well, I'll put it on there. And
so off the back of those, have you had anyone who's doesn't believe in God come and respond to you?
Yeah, I've had a lot, but there's only one person that I've actually come, and I think he's coming. He comes to the church. He's not fully a Christian yet, but he comes in, and then sometimes he'll come in often, and then sometimes he'll stop. And I'm hoping one day he will fully give his life to God.
So just going a little bit back. So when you've put up this story on your WhatsApp, what does he message you?
He messaged me.
What did he say?
He just said, what church do you attend? And I told him one church.
And then he was like, I'm going to come with you.
He said, I'll come with you one day. And he came. We both came in here for the service. And then off the back of that, he comes when he wants to.
And I think that's amazing, because actually, as you said, you sat there for 20 minutes. You said, God, direct me. Yeah. You then wrote it, and someone responded to that, because they were obviously clearly looking.
Yeah, they do.
And just by being obedient.
Yeah.
20 minutes.
20 minutes, yeah.
So this guy, that you messaged you, did you know him well?
I know him well now.
But you didn't when you put that message out. How did you know him?
I know him off the back of work.
Just out of the back of work?
Yeah. We normally have WhatsApp group chat at work, And then sometimes some people just add you as friend
Yeah.
on the WhatsApp, and that's how he sees my WhatsApp status every day.
And I think that's really important
Yeah.
because it's, you know, you don't just say, I'm going to go, I would like to come to church with any stranger. Like, he's clearly seen you,
Yeah.
seen how you behave, seen your messages,
Yeah.
seen your story
Yeah.
on WhatsApp.
Yeah.
And that's encouraged him,
Yeah.
inspired him.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
I believe it's going to be, by special grace of God, I believe he will fully become a Christian one day. That's what I believe, because I'm getting a vibe of a positive vibe from him that he is heading that way. But it's just sometimes people fight with their feelings, you know, sometimes, and then once they now find out who they are, then they will be committed to becoming who they want to be.
So I'm just going to touch into that a little bit. So you said that you can sense it. Like,
Yeah.
when you say that, what do you mean by that?
Since I see it from the way he behaves now, he's always against whatever we say as Christian. He's always like antagonizing what we say. But now he doesn't do that anymore. He just asks questions.
And do you answer them?
Yeah, I do.
Do you always know the answers?
The ones I don't know the answer, I just tell him I'll get back to him. That's what I do.
And that's good, because
Yeah.
exactly, we had
Yeah.
this conversation on another episode, and that was exactly what we said, is that we don't always have the answers.
Yeah.
I've been doing this for years, and I don't always have the answers. So I think it's always good that you are always willing and want to find the answer for people. And I think that as long as you're honest, I think that's a really good thing. Have you got an example when you're out socializing? What's the normal, how does the conversation start up about God? Do you say or do something, or do they say something?
When we meet up, when they come to my house, I'm always playing Christian songs, and that's how the conversation always started. And there's a lot of Christian songs that you play. Some are really bubbling, that you dance to, and then you think you're dancing to a disco song, you know what I mean? But they are praise and worship song, and then they see how energetic I become and kind of spiritual, and then it's asking questions, and then that's how it all started.
Amazing. Have you got an example of where, so there you are, you're at home, you're playing your spiritual music, and then someone asks you a question. Have you got an example of what's happened after that?
Yeah, we just ask question about, sometimes it can be question about why is this up, why something bad happened, and I will explain to them. Sometimes God allowed these things to happen for us to know him better. And sometimes if I don't have the answer, and I'll say, okay, let me just search this up, and then we'll talk about it. But the positive vibe around us being together, listening to the Christian song, is what translates to them majorly, if you know what I mean. And then we just vibe of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you had advice to anyone who's listening about how to evangelize to friends, what would be your advice?
My advice is just be Christian-like, Christ-like around them. Be good. Be a good person. Be kind. Be nice. Be helpful. And just be kind mostly. And then if they need something, if they need help, if you got any help you can offer, if they need, you offer it to them. Of which I do mostly. Yeah, that's what I do.
Amazing.
Yeah.
It's been really, for me, out of this conversation, what I found really interesting is this repeating thing, this be Christ-like.
Yeah.
It's definitely an integral part of that.
Yeah.
Worship music, you're not the first person to say, just have worship music on.
For me, it's the biggest part of. If you see me at the church every Sunday I'm always like dancing, glorifying God in His holiness. I'm in a different spiritual realm when I see our choir singing. It's amazing. Honestly, it's when things get done for a lot of people when they don't know. Yeah, and for me, that's when everything. If I want God to do something for me, that's when I usually get.
And clearly, it's not just when they see you in person. It's where they see you online. You talked about it earlier.
Yeah, I do.
You record yourself worshiping.
Yeah, worshiping. I do most of the time. I'm always, I'm not where I want to be as a Christian yet. I'm still on a journey.
Yeah, like us all.
Yeah, I'm still on a journey. And my prayer is for God to take me there finally. And I believe I'll get there.
Yeah.
I'm still on a journey.
Femi, thank you so much. It's been really great to chat with you. So one thing that's really apparent through all of these podcasts is that if you truly love God, then that will be seen by those that don't know God, and that actually you might be evangelizing without even knowing it. So that when you maybe take that chance of putting something on social media or having a conversation with them, that actually you're not starting at stage one, because they've already experienced something of God through you. So for me, the thing to take away from this is continue to love God, but don't be afraid to just put something on social media or put something on your social story or chat to somebody about Jesus, because through that you will suddenly see that they have already started to experience something with God. So thank you for joining us. I hope you can join us again. Bye.